Welcome. Please state your name and proceed.
Sure. Good evening. My name is Jill Treacy. I live in Warren, and I work as the school social worker at Mount Hope High School in Bristol. Thus, I am a member of the Bristol-Warren Education Association and NEARI. There's an ever-growing body of evidence that cites the negative effects of excessive cell phone use, and for all of us, really, but especially on our youth. These impacts span one's physical, social, academic, and mental well-being. There's a ton of research, and I'm going to leave most of that research to someone else to explain. And I'm hopeful that I can share my experience of being a school social worker within a building where a public high school has implemented a phone-free school day and what that's looked like. So at the start of the school year, our school had a no phones in the instructional areas policy. So often people would just be instructed to put it in their backpack or the kind of door hanging options that had been mentioned. This policy had been in place for a few years, and though it reduced cell phones' overt presence in classrooms, many challenges still remained for our student body and definitely for our faculty. As of November of 2024, so 5 months ago, Mount Hope High School launched our device-free school days. So for these past 5 months, the students have been using pouches to store their personal electronic devices, primarily the smartwatches, cell phones, and AirPods and other kind of earbuds that might be distracting. Though it's not been a perfect, smooth rollout, there have been some great successes. And it's largely been supported with by administration, our behavioral health team, school safety team, and teaching staff. There's been a massive increase in student engagement that was palpable pretty much immediately. Engagement with their academics, engagement with each other, engagement with their surroundings. Upon entering the building, they do put those devices in the pouches. In classrooms, learning time is no longer disrupted by that power struggle of asking for a phone and to put it up and things like that. Students' attention is not constantly being pulled away by notifications buzzing on their devices, and generally
10 seconds.
Have been reporting an increase in class participation. I have no concept of how long it takes me to talk about things.
Okay.
So what I'll say is it's been overwhelmingly a very positive experience, and I'm really hopeful that we can give this gift an opportunity for kids to unplug and be present and be kids.
Very good.
Chairman,
Ending was a little long. In conclusion, yes.
I have a question.
Representative Donovan, yes.
yeah. So, Tracy, could you tell us about the mental health aspect of not having the cell phones? You gave some examples to us when we were there, and I found them pretty amazing. So.
Yeah, I think for me, my work that I've been able to do with students have been much more able to focus on gaining some of those skills and wanting to figure out how to cope in the moment, present tense, which is how we work toward improved mental health, rather than maybe distracting from those feelings and looking toward a cell phone or having that phone be the thing that's dysregulating them. So I think having a more consistent sense of control of what their day is going to look like, not maybe being interrupted by certain things or getting new material in at all times has been very different, but also not maybe seeking out other options, but actually going to some professionals to get some of that support and really wanting to learn those skills has been helpful.
Can I follow up question? Yeah. And how about were there crises before this and now there are less crises? And could you talk a little bit about that for us?
Yeah, I think, of course, we're in a high school, so there's always still going to be some drama and some things happening, but at least they seem to make more sense now, where sometimes there would be a student that might have something, on a personal device, and they would all of a sudden be enraged or flip out or leave, and it kind of would feel very much like it came out of nowhere. And the sense of that happened often, I think. There was interruptions in the day and a greater sense of intensity happening. Our our school was definitely a busy one, and it has gotten a lot more relaxed feeling. Again, it is not a perfect implementation. Not everything is going perfectly, but there are some major improvements, and one of them is the sense of a little bit more calm.
Thank you.
So climate, very good.
Jim,
Positive. Yes, Representative Casimiro.
can you walk us through the process of what happens and on any given day of how the kids put the pouches in, but what happens if there's an incident where a kid has his phone out?
Yeah, so our administration has been really strong with being the ones that are, teachers are contacting our dean's office, and then someone's coming directly to address it. So it's taking it out of the teacher's hands. And making, again, we're really trying to repair that teacher-student relationship. So they are going right there, and then the students will come, and they'll deal with it outside of the classroom. Typically, we have a whole chart on like first offense through fifth, but typically they just keep their phone at the dean's office for the rest of the day and then go from there. But it's been a pretty smooth transition, so it's not just saying we have this policy and then teachers are having to still fight that battle. It is sort of removing that, at least most of the time.
Okay, very good.